Christmas jumpers. A tradition for some, not so much for others. However, it is a key part, a famous part of Christmas, and today I'm going to go through every Premier League club and rank their Christmas jumpers. So, first up is Bournemouth, and they've got this jumper with Santa coming out of a chimney. The cherries, FC Bournemouth, is clearly representing Bournemouth, although it's not brilliant, definitely not the best, but it's probably not the worst either, so I'll give it just a solid 5 out of 10. That's decent first one to start with. Next up is Arsenal. They've got the typical Christmas patterns going all the way across horizontal, and they've got gunners on there, but yet again, I do like the way that those type of jumpers are done, but not one of the best on here, but I think it's a bit better than the Bournemouth one, so I will give it a 6 out of 10. Next team then is Aston Villa, and one that it has the colours of Aston Villa, and apart from a little logo like in the bottom of the side, like down here somewhere, it doesn't really represent the club that much. Like the colours are there, but without the little logo down there, which you can barely even see, you wouldn't be able to see it on me, but with that, like, you can barely see it, so I don't think it's really representing the club. It could honestly be West Ham for all anyone knows until they see that. So not the best in it, and because of how little it really represents the club, it's not even a brilliant Christmas jumper. I'd give it a 4 out of 10. Although now we're already a minute and 30 in. Disclaimer, I am not a fashionista whatsoever. I'm not very good with Christmas stuff, well, not any sort of fashion, so I will probably get a lot of these very, very wrong. Brentford then, they got cute little reindeer with the red nose, red and white scarf represent Brentford, little Brentford badge down on the side, where I think the colours make it stand out as Brentford a lot more than the Villa one, and the reindeer is pretty damn cute. Although, because I criticised Villa for not representing the club that much, and the only real representation is the colour obviously, and the Brentford badge down on the side, I'm only going to have to give it a 6 out of 10, although it could be pushing at 7, maybe 8. Brighton and Hove Albion then. Another seaside town, like Bournemouth, and we do make jokes about the seaside town, however, you'd not want to wear one of these on the seaside because you would probably overheat, and you don't wear Christmas jumpers to the beach, do you? Brighton then, they are, it's a decent one, nice blue and white does look pretty good together. Got the big old Brighton badge on the chest, but overall it's alright, nothing brilliant, but nothing awful, so I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Next team then is Chelsea, and it's got Chelsea printed across it, so it obviously represents the club. It's sort of, it's a bit dark, bit dull, it has the stadium on it, which is a nice touch, but for me, not a great kit at all, although maybe Brian could wear this with his Chelsea dressing gown, but only a 4 out of 10 for me. Could be a bit harsh, it might be, but I'm just giving it a 4 out of 10. Next team then is not a great one for me, Crystal Palace. It's got basically just Santa, you can see it on your screens, basically just Santa with Crystal Palace shirt on, and I just don't think it looks that good. I'm going to go all the way down to 2 out of 10. Next team, Everton. I couldn't find the proper official Everton one. I don't know which one of them I found. I found multiple that they're actually brought out for this year. However, I found this one with the 3 nutcrackers on it, and I picked it because I was like, thought it was a pretty nice idea and it was alright, and as much as I hate Everton as a Liverpool fan, I actually do like that for some reason. I don't think a lot of people will, but I actually kind of like it, so I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Next team then is Fulham. They got a Christmas gnome for some reason with a hat on. Fulham emblem represents the club, and I think it's an alright idea. It's obviously got the snowflake black and white. It does look pretty good. I'm going to give it a, I feel like I've been a bit harsh, so for this one I'm going to go 7 out of 10. Next team then is Leeds, and to be fair, it is the type of Christmas sort of design I quite like, and it's also got Leeds United written on the front. You can't really represent your club any more than that, so I am going to give it a 8 out of 10, the highest one so far. Next up, Leicester, and I've got a bone to pick with Leicester. I could not find a Christmas jumper properly for you anyway. In the end, I just went on images and I found this cutest one, and it's an adorable little penguin with the Leicester badge on its stomach, and I mean, he looks adorable wearing that little hat, doesn't he? So that is why. With the snowflakes in the background, it all looks quite nice. But I would rank it quite high, but because I could not find it properly, it's only getting an 8 out of 10 when I honestly wanted to give it a 9 or 10 out of 10, but I don't know if it's the official one, so it's going down to an 8. Next up then is my team, Liverpool, and I couldn't find the correct official one for this year. This one might be, but I was struggling to find what the actual official one was. So in the end, I just went for this one, and it's alright. I'll just give it a 5 out of 10. It's not brilliant. I'm not sure I would wear it. I only have one Christmas jumper from year 7, so it doesn't fit me anymore, but that's the one I would go for. Next team is Man City, and a bit of a weird one here. I mean, it's not a great looking Santa, and he's kicking a ball, so it's a good idea related to football. Represents City. I'd give it a 6 out of 10. Next team is Manchester United, and I don't see too much that represents the club here. It's nice colours, looks Christmassy, but nothing that represents United, so only 4 out of 10. Next team then, 0 out of 10 for Newcastle United. They genuinely, as far as I could find, did not have an official Christmas jumper for this year, or any year other than retro ones, so for me this is none for Newcastle, null and void, no goal for VAR, just nothing, 0 out of 10, absolutely poor from Newcastle. And you'd think they need Christmas jumpers for how cold it is up north, but no. Next team then, Nottingham Forest, and this is actually my favourite one of the video, 10 out of 10. Represents Forest. It's got a nice Christmas design on the sleeves and in the mid region, but it's also got a big old Nottingham Forest in the middle, and the logo's got a Christmas hat, and for me it just looks really nice, so 10 out of 10. I had to give one perfect marks, and I've gone for Nottingham Forest. Next one is Southampton's, and I'm only giving it a 3 out of 10. White and red of Southampton, also Christmassy colours, which is good. Then they've got this Santa, which looks alright until you see the yellow face. He looks like he's from The Simpsons, and it's similar to the Palace one where it's just a Santa wearing a club shirt, but he looks like he's from The Simpsons, and that ruins it, so 3 out of 10. Next team then, Spurs. Another one, I couldn't quite find which one was the official, so I think they had like 3, but this one I kind of like, the one with the penguin. He's wearing a hat, he's got a Tottenham scarf on, it says Spurs, it looks Christmassy, it looks nice, 8 out of 10, a nice kit for Spurs. Next one then, you can see Souček representing it for West Ham. They got one of their players to model it, which is good. However, I think this is absolutely disgusting. It represents West Ham, but I just really don't like it at all. So, because it's better than Newcastle actually released one, 1 out of 10 for West Ham's Christmas jumper. Do better. Finally then, another one I actually really like, considering Wolves having such a miserable season, at least they've got a good Christmas jumper to cheer them up on Christmas, I guess. That is this one that you would have seen on your screens by now. It's got the snowmen, it's got Wolves, it's got the black and orange, and I actually just really like it. I think it's an ideal Christmas jumper, and I'll give it a 9 out of 10. So there you go, that is my ranking of the Premier League Christmas jumpers, and hands up, I probably got so much of that wrong. I'm not a fashionista whatsoever, but feel free to tell me what was absolutely awful opinion of mine in the comments down below, and tell me what you would have ranked your team's Christmas jumper. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Please remember to subscribe because it really helps us out, and I'll see you guys next time.